to DIY Builds in the great state of Texas. My name is Phil, your host, and this is part 2 of the Mega Boombox build. Now, if it's your first time seeing my video and you missed part 1, please go back and watch part 1 of the Mega Boombox video so you'll be all caught up, and then come back here and watch part 2. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do this in 2 parts. The first part is I'm going to show you the progress that I've made on the Mega Boombox, and I'm going to show you the inside as well as the outside here. So I'm going to show you the outside first, and then we're going to stop the camera and move the camera so I can show you the inside and show you how things are coming together, because I'm really not sure how I'm going to make it all fit. It's getting really tight in here. Let me show you what we got going on here on the outside. As you can see right over here, we have a 120 volt plug right here for the power cord to come in and run the power supply, and we have a master switch here to turn on the power supply and let the power come in. So that's where the power is going to come in. We have a port tube right here, which is going to do 2 functions. It's going to help port the box here, let off some of the pressure, help with the sound a little bit, but also it's going to get the heat out from all the appliances we have in here giving off heat. We have the radio, we have the amplifier, the voltage booster, the power supply. A lot of things are giving off heat. We've really got to get that heat out of the box. Now, for those that were asking me how to charge the battery, let me stand this up here so you can see it a little better. This is going to be the charging port right here for the batteries. That's where the battery's going to be charged. It's going to be totally separate from the power supply. So we'll be able to hit a switch back and forth, and we'll be able to see what the power supply is doing and what the voltage is on the battery, so we can know when to charge them up. And this hole right here is for the antenna. I haven't installed the antenna right now because I don't need it. Right now it would just be in the way. But that's where the antenna is going to go. Now, the reason I did the antenna on that side is so I can carry it with my left hand, and the antenna is going to be in front of me because I don't want the speakers against my body, so they'll be facing out. Alright, well, let me show you what we got done so far here. Get ready for this reveal. Alright, look what we have here. Alright, we have installed the 6.5 inch speakers on each side, and we have the painted trim piece here for the USB ports, the voltage meter, and we have a 12 volt socket right here. You can see I've already got the wires ran for those because I need to see how much clearance I have in here for the power supply, because I'm not sure if I'm at the power supply on the wall or I'm going to mount it on the bottom below the radio. I haven't decided yet. And of course I have my switches up here, and people have been asking me, that's a lot of switches. Yes, it is. It's 5 switches. And the reason I have 5 switches is because each one is going to do a different function. This first switch here is going to be to switch from the battery power to the power supply. It's actually going to trip the relay. And so we'll be able to switch from batteries to power supply, and it'll disconnect the batteries completely off the circuit. And that way the batteries and the power supply won't ever touch each other. This switch right here is going to be for the radio itself, to turn on the radio. This switch right here is going to turn on the voltage booster and turn on the amplifier. I want those on their own separate switch, so all the current's not all going through one switch. This switch right here is going to be for the voltage gauge, and this switch right here is going to activate the 12 volt socket and activate the USB charger here. Now, the reason I have the 12 volt socket on here is I'm going to make a male-to-male plug. And this way, if you're out and about with this radio and you want to charge the batteries back up, you can plug this into here and plug it into your car's cigarette lighter, and you can charge the batteries up. And in an emergency situation, if the power goes out, and using this as your emergency radio to charge your cell phone and listen to the radio, you'll be able to go out to your car as well and charge the batteries back up, maybe overnight when you're not listening to the radio. So anyway, that's the outside of the box. I think the color came out really good. This is a candy apple red, sparkly candy color that I used here, and it looks kind of flat when you first put it on. Of course, if you're going to paint your speakers, guys, I'll give you a little tip here. don't just put your paint over the black. If you do, your colors are going to look really dark. What I did first was, of course, I've shown you guys how to properly prepare the surface. You have to take a Scotch-Brite pad and scuff up the surface really, really good to get that UV coating off. And then once you get that cleaned off, you want to hit it with some white primer or some white paint with primer in it. But before you do that, you've got to hit it with some adhesive promoter and let that sit for 10 minutes so that the alcohol dry, and it makes it really sticky. It's like glue for paint. And once you do that, you lay down your white and let that sit for 48 hours. And after 48 hours, lay down your red, let that dry for 48 hours, and then once you lay down the red, you can put down your clear coat. If you don't wait 48 hours and you put your clear coat on, your paint is going to wrinkle and it's going to look horrible. It's going to ruin your paint job. Trust me, ask me how I know. I learned the hard way. So anyway, guys, let me move the camera here and I'll show you what's going on the inside and show you what we've got done so far and how we're trying to lay everything out. And then after we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a complete parts list and a rundown of what I'm using to do this build. So if you'd like to do one of your own, I'm going to give you a parts list showing you what I use, and I'm also, once I upload the video, I'm going to come back on my computer once it's uploaded and put links to all the parts. So if you'd like to build your own version of the Mega Boo Box, we'll be able to get all those things for you. So we'll be right back and we'll show you the inside. Okay, everybody, we're back, and you see there's the front of the box here. Let's see what's going on the inside here. Alright, as you can see, we have one of the batteries right there in front of the speaker. And there's our 12-volt power supply. Let me see if I get out of my own light here. And you can see the wires coming in from the different accessories. Then over here we have another battery, and then you can see there's the power cord coming in. Now I'm not sure where I'm going to put things yet. I'm thinking about putting the voltage booster over here and mounting the amplifier over here, or even on that wall right there, or actually on this. Well, I really don't want to mount it here because the radio is going to stick out to here, and I want the fan to be able to push the air away from it. And we also got the heat coming off the power supply here. So I'm going to try to mount the amplifier over here and somewhere, and of course you can see the holes for the 6x9s. And there's the port tube right there, and there's where the battery charger plugs in, and of course the antenna hole. Alright guys, let me put this back on the stand and I'll give you a parts list of everything we have, and we'll go from there. Be right back. Okay everybody, we're back. So let me go ahead and cover all the bases that we have here. I'll try to go through all the things. What we have here to begin with is the toolbox itself, and this is a Contigo, C-O-N-T-I-A-G-O toolbox. They sell them at Amazon.com, and I'm sure there's some other websites you could probably get it from if you look around. Amazon has them right now for $50. I think I got it for $40. It was on sale. So you'll have to just kind of look around a little bit, but I'll definitely leave a link to it. That's Contigo, C-O-N-T-I-G-O, Contigo toolbox. It's 26 inches long. It's about 11.5 inches tall, almost 12 inches tall. And it's a great platform. The sides are fairly smooth. It's completely smooth on the back. You do have these ribs right here on top and on the sides. You can see I had to trim those down with my Dremel tool and a grinder to grind those out so the speaker grills would fit. So that's the toolbox itself. The speakers that we have here in the front, these are Kicker 300 watt 6.5 inch speakers. Again, I got these from Amazon.com, and I did paint them, and if you guys would like, I can give you a link to the paint color as well, or some other colors that you might be interested in. It is a sparkle custom candy finish. So the speakers are $50 at Amazon. I believe they are also a similar price at Best Buy. Best Buy also carries them. They have several different grill styles. Matter of fact, I think you have 3 different grill styles. You have the one with the spokes. And there's another one that has more of an industrial look. I kind of liked this spider look right here for myself. Now, the 6x9, well, we'll cut the 6x9s in a minute. This piece right here comes as one piece. It comes with the USB port, the voltage meter, and the 12-volt socket. I believe this is $11 or $12 at Amazon. And it works really, really well. Works fantastic. I've used it before in a couple of other builds. My Batman build. If you see my Batman build, you'll see that. And the Purple Ladies box. Matter of fact, this is where it came from. This one came from the Purple Ladies box. I actually salvaged that one when I took that build apart and repurposed it here. And they're very simple to install. And these also work in conjunction with the switches. These are switches with LEDs. They come in a 5-pack, I think, for $6 or $7. And you can get them in red, green, blue, and yellow. I was going to go with some push button switches, but those are about $6 a piece, $7 a piece, and these are $6 for $5. They work really great. I use these on all my builds, and they work really, really fantastic. Let me turn this around here with that. Show you what else we got. I bumped my amp a little bit. Sorry, a little nervous. Okay, this right here is the power port input, and has the, you can get it with or without the switch. I wanted it with the switch, and it looks just like a computer hookup. It does have a 10 amp fuse on the inside. This little panel right here that comes out, the fuse is inside of there, so it is fused and protected. It's a 250 volt fuse. Works really, really great. And of course, this is a, I believe it's an 1.25 inch port tube, and I believe it is about 3 or 4 inches long. And these are about $13 for 2 at Amazon. And of course, this over here is about $10 at Amazon. And to go with that, I also got, get it over here real quick. I got a 10-foot power cord. That you can get them in 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot. I'm sure 20-foot lengths. I think 10 foot was more than enough for what I need to do. And it'll just plug right in to your project there. Works really, really good. And the cord is about $10 at Amazon. Now we have the, stand this up here. This is actually a speaker port for speaker boxes that you can build, but they have brass terminals and they work perfect as a battery charging port, and that's what I use it for. I believe these are a 5-pack for $8 or $10. They're not that expensive, and I've used these on all my builds with lead acid batteries, and they work absolutely fantastic. And of course, the antenna that I'm using, if you're using a plastic box, if you watch my video about antennas, you know that you need a marine grade antenna, something like that with a built-in ground plane if you can use it on a plastic box to get the best reception. And the antenna is $11 at Amazon for marine antenna. Alright, to power this beast, I'm going to be using 2 of the Chrome Battery series lead acid batteries. These got really, really good reviews on Amazon. And the nice thing is they come as a 2-pack. They're $33 for 2. And they work really good. They're 9 amp hours, give you a total of 18 amp hours total. And it should run the radio for quite a while. I'm going to have to run some tests to know exactly how long it's going to run, because I've never owned a double-din radio with a CD player, so I don't know what kind of current it's going to pull and how long that will last. So that's what we have here for the batteries, $33 at Amazon. Now, power supply is a Minwell 30 amp power supply, and it comes in 110 from the house, and it turns it into 12 volts output. Now you do have a little voltage adjuster right here, and it will adjust up to 14 volts. That's what I've checked it with a meter. I actually have it turned down to 13 volts, and that way if there's any kind of a load on it, it'll drop it down to 12, but it'll still work really, really well. Now, there are some cheaper models for sale out there that are $15, $18, $20, $25. Do not buy those. There's a whole lot of videos on YouTube showing people trying to fix the burned out ones that are cheap. This is a Menuel. It's $50. It's well worth the money. It's got a thermal fan, so the fan will kick on when it gets hot to get the heat out, and it works really, really well. And it's from Menuel, $50 at Amazon. Now, this is the amplifier that I'm going to be using. Is a Wandom, and is a 400 watt 4-channel amplifier, as you can see. And it's got 2 places for the power to come in. You can use regular wires, or you can use a plug, which I'm going to use the plug, and I'll show you the plugs in just a minute. Now, this is a fantastic amplifier. The thing is about this amplifier, it does require 37 volts to give you the optimum output. You know, I know we've said, well, we only have 12 volts. Well, there's a way around that. So if you're going to purchase this amplifier, by the way, this amplifier, I believe it was $41 or $42 at Parts Express, and they also have it at Amazon, but I got mine at Parts Express. Because I think at Amazon they're 50, or no, they're 60 at Amazon. So I think it was 45 or 50 at Parts Express. But it's a fantastic amplifier. For 400 watts, it's nice and compact. You see, it's not much bigger than a cell phone, and it's really, really nice. Now, to power that, you're going to need a voltage booster, and that's what this little gem is right here. And your 12 volts is going to come in right here, and you've got these 2 adjustment knobs here to adjust the positive and negative output to whatever voltage that you need. So I'm going to adjust these to 37 volts, and this is your output right here. And of course, it's also powered as well. So you're going to need another plug-in socket, so I'm going to show you that right now. These are a pack of plug-in sockets, and I'm not sure the size off the top of my head. I'll have to get back with you on that. These come in a 6-pack for, oh, I don't know, $6 or $7. And these are perfect because these are going to plug right in, standard size, and run your devices. And that's what I'm going to be using, because it's a lot cleaner than just trying to run straight wires. And I just prefer to use this method right here. And these work really, really well. Like I said, these are like $6.99 or something like that at Amazon. Alright, what else do we have here? Okay, the upper speakers are going to be these Kicker 6x9, 450 watts. And as you can see, I got the speaker grills that match the speaker grills on the other one. Again, you got to be careful because they make 3 different styles, or 4 different styles of speaker grills for the 6x9s for the Kickers. I went with the Kickers for 2 reasons. I'm just going to go with Pioneer because I love Pioneer. I have a Pioneer head unit, but the guard on the Pioneer is very minimum, and because this radio is going to be moved around from place to place and around a lot of people, I didn't want anything to damage the speakers themselves because they are expensive, so I wanted to have more of a guard over the speakers. And also I'm painting the speaker grills anyway. I want them to look really nice. And also there's Duke. If you guys see my videos, you know how Duke gets into things, and I don't want him to try to sharpen his claws on my speakers. And the Kickers just give you a fantastic, fantastic sound. They're very affordable. These were $80 at Amazon. I believe they also sell them at Best Buy. But when I went to Best Buy, they were sold out. So these are the Kickers, 450 watt, and they're $80 at Amazon. Alright, let's see what else we have here. Well, this is the Pioneer. You've seen this before. FHX730BS. This one has Bluetooth. It's ready for Sirius XM. You can buy an adapter to hook it up for satellite radio. It's Spotify ready, smartphone ready. It's got the input if you have like an iPod or MP3 player plug in. It's got the plug-in for a flash drive. It does have a CD player, which I like, and a remote control. It says it works with Pandora. I'm not sure how that works, so I'll have to look into that. And I really, really like this radio here. I believe I got this one from Best Buy, but I don't remember. I think it was about $100 at Best Buy. It's $97 at Amazon. Now there are different style Pioneer radios out there, and I looked at this one at Best Buy. I really like all the features that it has on it. You can change the face to many different colors. Obviously we're going to make ours red to match the speakers, and it's really nice. And this one here is $100, and I love Pioneer, and I can't wait to fire this thing up. Now, if you're going to buy a double-din radio, from what I understand, they do not come with a trim ring or the cage to put it in, to slide it in. So you have a couple of options. Let me show you here. Now, I bought this cage from Amazon for $25. I wish I'd done more research because I saw some for $19. It got a better rating. It was a little bit loose when I put it on the Pioneer, but they come with these brackets you can screw to the radio to tighten it up a little bit, so it is a snug fit. And I painted the part up here black because when it comes with a trim ring, but even with the trim ring on, this part was being exposed above the radio, and I don't want to see that chrome, so I painted it black so it'll blend in with the trim ring. Somebody had mentioned to me in the comments on my other video that you might be able to go to an old wrecking yard and pull the cage out of an old car that fits your radio. So find out what cars that radio will fit, and you might be able to, for $10, pull the cage out of a car and use that for your radio. I haven't investigated that much, but we'll have to look into that. Anyway, these between $20 and $25 at Amazon. You have to have that if you have a double-din radio. Now, of course, to go with the radio, I ordered 2 sets of RCA jacks because we do have a 4-channel radio, and these are not the cheapest RCA jacks, not the most expensive. These are kind of middle of the road. I think I paid $10 or $15 a piece for these. And, these are made by Posta POSTTA, and they're really nice RCA jacks, and we use these connected to the amplifier. Now, to make the batteries and the power supply work together, we have a relay. Now, this is a 14-pin relay. Now, the relay comes separate from the base. You have to order the base separate. Now, you could just wire the pins up directly, but it'd be kind of a headache. So it's much easier to go ahead and spend the $5 on the base, I believe. And it comes with 2 bases. I don't know why, so I've got an extra one. And this relay here, what it will do, it'll allow the battery to plug in and the power supply to come in on one side, and it's going to determine which one is going to feed power to the radio. When the switch is in the off position, the battery power is going to come through the normally closed side. And when the power supply is turned on, it's going to turn on the relay. The relay is going to trip. And as you saw in the other video I did about the relay, you'll see all this. And when the relay trips, it's going to disconnect the batteries from the circuit and allow only power from the power supply to come through the circuit. And the reason you do that is because you don't want the power supply and the batteries on the same line, because they will fight each other. The power supply will try to charge the batteries. The batteries won't like that. The power supply is not a battery charger, and it's going to burn up your power supply. It's going to wreck your batteries, and you're going to end up losing about $100 in parts by doing that. The relay is tricky to hook up, so if you want to do a setup like this, make sure you watch my video on how to wire up a relay, and I take you step by step on how to hook that up. Alright guys, I think that's it. That's all the parts that I'm going to be using in this box. I'm going to hopefully have this done maybe in a few weeks. This is a very ambitious build. I've never installed an amp like this before. I've never installed a relay before. I've never installed a voltage booster before. I've never installed a power supply inside before. So it's going to be a lot of wiring, and it's going to take me hours and hours to wire all this up. So anyway guys, I'm going to upload this video this afternoon, and when I get back, I have to upload it with my phone because my internet here is terrible. So I load the video to my phone and take it somewhere else to upload it. When I get back, I will get on my computer and I'll give you links to all these parts. So if you'd like to build your own version of the Emo box, you'll be able to do that. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you can follow the progress of the boombox, and also you can look at my other videos that I have out. This will be video number 57 that I have on YouTube. Hard to believe. And also, I try to put out a new video every week, whether it's a build that I'm doing, or I'm going to show you how to use different opponents and hook things up, because I get a lot of questions on my Facebook page. And speaking of my Facebook page, if you look right here below, there's a listing for my Facebook group, I Love All Things Radio. And we have a lot of great people on there, a lot of people that just want to come in there and hang out, drink some coffee, and see what we're talking about in there. We have a lot of builders of all skill levels. And we have one kid who's 13 years old, and he's doing some unbelievable stuff because we taught him how to get things done. There's people in there that are a lot more skilled than I am. And we have other people that are just beginning their first builds, and they're asking a lot of questions, and we very much encourage that. I love seeing this stuff. I love answering questions. I love helping out people that want to build their own project, build their own radio, build their own boombox, or whatever you'd like to do. I'd love to help. I love seeing it, so please come there and post your stuff. I love seeing this stuff. I really do. I enjoy seeing what other people have created. So thank you so much for joining me. Part 3 is coming soon, hopefully. Like I said, this wiring is going to be something else, but maybe if I don't have part 3 ready by next weekend, I'll try to do some kind of a video covering another subject in the meantime. So anyway, you guys have a great weekend, great week, and please subscribe to my channel to keep up with what's going on with DIY boomboxes. If you want me to build you one, I do custom take orders, so I'd love to help you with that too. If you look at my different builds, most of the builds I have done are for other people. The Air Force box, the Buffalo Bills, the Taylor Swift, the Zombie box. So I would love to build you one as well. So just contact me through here, through Facebook, and I Love All Things Radio, and I'd be happy to help you. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you very, very much. I have almost 200 subscribers. And I know it's a drop in the bucket compared to most YouTube channels, but for me, I think it's awesome, and I thank every single one of you guys for supporting me and supporting my channel. And please tell your friends and family about me. Show your neighbors and say, hey, come over, check this guy out. You know, bring it up on your TV in your living room, on your Roku box or your smart TV. Say, hey, you got to see this guy. He's really cool. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and thank you so much. I'd love to see you on my Facebook page, because I love seeing what you guys make. I mean, I know you guys, there's a lot of you builders out there. I see you all over YouTube. I've been trying to invite you guys to come to my YouTube page, my Facebook page, because I know that we can help each other out. You know, we're not. This is not a competition. We're here to help each other. You know, make our dreams come true and have something we can really enjoy. And if you make these right, you can pass them down to your kids and your grandkids. All right, guys, that's enough for me. I'm gonna quit rambling. And I got to start working on this. I got to figure out this amp and all this is going to fit in this box. So I will see y'all next time on DIY Boomboxes in Tech.